Guys, quick question. Do you believe Arsenal can do a comeback against PSG in the UCL semi-finals game at Parc de France? So let me know your answer down below in the comments, because when you go on the streets, Arsenal fans believe that if they have Thomas Partey back for the second leg in that midfield, then they can qualify to the finals of the UCL. But then let me hear from you. You see, PSG's biggest mistake was scoring one goal. They could have scored two, they could have scored three. Their biggest mistake was scoring one goal. Now I can see them jubilating because they have done it before. Against Liverpool, they beat Liverpool at Anfield with one goal. They believe they can replicate that. But Arsenal is a different customer, especially with Thomas Partey. Yesterday, as the game was going on, the camera went straight to Thomas Partey in the stand. Guys, look at this picture. Let me know what you think about this picture. What is Thomas Partey thinking about? For me, Thomas Partey's face just tells me a simple story. This is a player who is thinking about the game, the second leg. He's watching closely. He's unhappy as to what is happening on the pitch. He would have wished to be on the pitch because he believed he could have delivered a better output, a better play for Arsenal yesterday's game. Look at Thomas Partey's face, guys. Look at his face. Now, let me show you another picture. Now, getting to the close of the game, you could see players there. Partey, Kai Havertz, you could see Calafiori and all those things. Look at Thomas Partey's face. This is a player who is ready to send a warning signal to PSG saying that, hey, don't jubilate yet. You scored 1-0 against at the Emirates Stadium without me, Thomas Partey, in that team. Have you seen my face? I'm not even smiling. Thomas Partey's face is not even smiling. Oh. He's sending a warning to PSG. And I believe PSG need to be very wary of Arsenal with Thomas Partey in it. You see, yesterday, you could see Arsenal needed Thomas Partey. Let me explain to you why. If Thomas Partey were in that Arsenal team, this is how Arsenal was going to play. You see that slow build-up they were doing yesterday? With Thomas Partey, it would have been faster because Thomas Partey does not waste too much time on the ball. The build-up from Arsenal was so slow yesterday, allowing PSG to regroup their defense, to reorganize their defense every single time. If you watch the way Aston Villa played in the second leg against PSG, they were very quick with the ball. And that is why you need Thomas Partey. Yesterday, I noticed that Declan Rice, Mikel Merino, and Martin Odegaard hardly had license to move forward. The only player that could give them that was Thomas Partey. They were so afraid, they were so timid to go forward because they knew that immediately they go forward, they will leave spaces behind them, allowing PSG to capitalize on that. Thomas Partey is very good at stringing the whole pitch, his whole area. So Thomas Partey understands his age. That is why he's not aggressive when he's tackling, when he's doing his interceptions or blockages. He knows how to do it because he understands his age and uses experience. That is why you need Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey knows how to transition the ball from defense to forward in quick seconds. He does not waste too much time on the ball. And you see, one of the biggest ability of Thomas Partey is pass. Thomas Partey does not need to move the ball too much to give you that pass. Thomas Partey can stand in his own half and give you a decisive pass that will locate his player. So these are things that I believe Arsenal were lacking yesterday. Thomas Partey's services. If you look at the game, it was so clear. They were missing Thomas Partey. That is why I showed you the picture. See, Thomas Partey definitely is not saying it, but from his face, he's sending a warning signal to PSG telling them that, see, the first leg I was not in. If I come in the second leg, it's going to be a different case altogether. And guys, I believe a comeback is possible. I'm not going to lie to you. A comeback is possible. For PSG, they have done it before. They can even play a draw at Parc de France. But a comeback for Arsenal is possible. Yesterday, I felt like Arsenal should have at least scored a goal or two. The likes of Martinelli, the likes of Trossard really cost Arsenal. It was very sad watching that. They were not clinical enough. You understand my point? The chances they had. You have a chance like that, and you play it straight into the keeper's arms. Donnarumma did excellently well. No wonder he was able to make those saves. They were thinking that because he was tall, he can't be. I mean, why do you even think like that? This guy has very long arms to clear every single ball. David Raya did excellently well from his end. Donnarumma also did well from his end also. But I felt like Trossard and Martinelli did not have issue in yesterday's game for Arsenal. They really cost Arsenal a lot. Now, one thing Arsenal needs to do in the second leg to help their case is play counter-attacking football. Listen to me, Mikel Arteta. PSG are a team that likes to possess. They like to hold on to the ball. They like to have possession. So you need to allow them have possession. That's what Aston Villa did. Allow them to have possession. But when you get the possession from them, you need to do your counter-attack very quick. Arsenal were just, allowing PSG play the ball in the first 20-25 minutes. And when Arsenal gets the ball, they start, trying to, do a build-up and waste time. No. When you get the ball, make sure to locate Saka. Make sure to locate Martinelli. Let the balls be flowing. That is what Thomas Partey is all about. That's what Thomas Partey can give you. Thomas Partey will not be doing that whole turning. In the midfield, it was so fun. Rice gets the ball. He does that to do 360. Mikel Merino gets the ball. He does 360. You are wasting time. Thomas Partey gets the ball, and one time he knows where his player is, and the pass goes. That is what Thomas Partey is all about. So for me, I believe Arsenal needs Thomas Partey's services. And for Thomas Partey, if he's able to help Arsenal qualify to the finals, Arsenal needs to give Thomas Partey whatever he's demanding in his contract extension. As simple as that. If Thomas Partey can deliver you the promised land, you need to give Thomas Partey whatever he's demanding in his contract extension. So guys, let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about my opinion on what Arsenal should do and Thomas Partey's influence in the second leg. I'm just expecting he has a very good game and very good impact for Arsenal. Now let's move on from that and talk about today's game, Barcelona versus Inter Milan. It's not going to be an easy game at all. Barcelona themselves are doing very well in the league. They have already won the Copa del Rey. Now they are vying to winning treble this season. They are a very, very good team. If you also look at the other hand, Inter Milan are not a bad team. But quite of late, their performance in the Italian Serie A has been a bit shaky. I mean, this was a team that was looking to take in the Scudetto. All of a sudden, they have been losing game and Napoli is leading with 3 points. So this is a team that is struggling in like their last 3 or 4 games. But that does not mean they're going to square up today. Barcelona need to be very careful. Inter Milan is not Real Madrid. Inter Milan have very deadly forwards and very good defense. If they score you first, you sweat. So for that game, it's going to be a very tight game for Barcelona. But Barcelona, with the likes of Lamine Yamal, with the likes of Rafinha, who are all on form, I believe they have the cutting edge. I just believe that game is going to be like 1-0, 1-1, 2-1. The goal margin between Barcelona and Inter Milan is not going to be that huge. Looking at the intensity that's going to be in this game, I just believe that both teams are so good. It's just that quite recently, Inter Milan is just, not getting that fit that much. But then when it comes to the UCL, it's a different ball game. These players want to win the UCL. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch. So, guys, please let me know what you think about that game, your prediction for that game. Let me know that down below in the comments. Who do you think is going to win, Barcelona or Inter Milan? Let me know your answer down below in the comments. And also, let me know your thoughts about Arsenal. Do you think they can do the comeback? And also with Thomas Partey, do you think Thomas Partey can conjure a comeback for Arsenal in the second leg against PSG? Let me know your answer down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we will vibe.